Hello out there. This is John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer, the sensei, the world history teacher, the government teacher, okay? The high school and junior high school principal, the guidance counselor. And I'm talking to you with students out there. There's a lot of movies I want you to see. I'm a teacher recommending these movies to you. And this one is an old movie, The Razor's Edge. I wrote a sonnet about it. It's a 1946 black and white movie. But I'm telling you, some of those older movies are spectacular. Somerset Maugham, the English author, wrote this book. And this movie, he's a genius. The book itself, it's a marvelous novel, The Razor's Edge. It's a masterpiece for the ages. I read it when I was a kid, and the movie's even better. Terrific book. The movie is so much better. Splendid life's lessons right in that movie. Majestic French movie sets, beautiful. Paris, beautiful Paris. The Movable Feast, Paris, and gorgeous southern France. Incredibly handsome, Tyrone Power. He's the star of that movie, The Razor's Edge. He died so young, Tyrone Power. He was only 44 when he died, and that was a loss because he was a great actor. Tyrone Power. He was the main star, portraying Larry Darrell, the hero. The lovely lady Jean Tierney, what a babe. She played diabolical Isabel, so evil. And there's Anne Baxter, the great actress. She's broken-hearted Sophie. Her spirit is broken. Her heart is broken. Her soul is sad forevermore. Well, the movie is narrated by Herbert Marshall, and he is Somerset Maugham, and he's telling the story of this movie. And Somerset Maugham, narrated by Herbert Marshall. Herbert Marshall was a British actor, and he had this really unusually beautiful voice. And he's a really classy English gentleman. Well, he's Somerset Maugham in this movie. I'm telling you, he's a good writer, Somerset Maugham. He wrote a book called Of Human Bondage about himself, because he's kind of crippled. And he became a doctor, and it's about when he's struggling to be a doctor of human bondage. Well, this movie, The Razor's Edge, Larry Darrell, he was saved in the First World War by a nobleman's heroism. His comrade in World War I loved him so much, he gave up his life for him. This man died for Larry Darrell. He died, and after that, he was haunted. Darrell was haunted by his sacrifice. Someone dying for him? He was walking in a dead man's shoes. He narrowly escaped death. It killed his friend and spared him. He was given a second chance to live life better. Searching for meaning in life, and we're all searching for that, truth. Epiphanies, experienced in India. He went to India to try to get insight, finding peace in pursuing goodness, in pursuing righteousness, a noble path to choose. Anne Baxter in the movie was Sophie. She was torn to pieces by the death of her daughter Linda, a little girl, and her husband Bob in a car accident. And she was so shattered and torn up, she became an alcoholic. Her life's plans were shattered. Alcoholism. Her paradise had been robbed from her. Everyone can bear a grief except she who has it, said Shakespeare. Sheer desperation. Her husband and her little girl are dead. Well, some people laugh at pain who have never, ever felt a wound. That's Shakespeare again. Larry Darrell, he intended to rescue her, to save Sophie with love by marrying her, because he did love her, and he wanted to help her. He wanted to free her from her despondency, from the brink of disaster. Isabel, she was in love with Larry Darrell, and she was married to somebody else, but her obsession for Larry's love led her on to murder Sophie. The bewitching smell of liqueur, Zubrovka, a Russian drink, alcohol's evil destiny. Sophie, Anne Baxter, she started drinking that Zubrovka and she died. I mean, somebody slit her throat. It's an awful movie there, how it ends. Isabel and Elliot, the ones that were the stars of this movie for being rich in Paris, they worshipped wealth. Well, they were rebuffed and turned away by French nobility, because French nobility, To be rude is to be French. It's a hell of a disappointment not to be accepted, not to fit in. Old money snobbery. Larry Darrell, the only thing he was seeking was the true meaning of our short lives, the truth. Freeing his spirit from cheap materialism, his soul survived. Well, there's another movie about the Razor's Edge, not just with Tyrone Power and Gene Tierney and Ann Baxter, but there's another version with Bill Murray, great actor, and Teresa Russell. She's a beautiful lady. They're both in the new The Razor's Edge, a Razor Edge film remake, and it's really good. Will goodness be recognized as a virtue? Will righteousness be recognized as a virtue for goodness sake? Free will goodness of Larry Darrell in this movie. That's what they say at the end of the movie. We met somebody that is really, really, truly good. Everyone he touches around him is touched by his righteousness. And it's a terrific movie because of that. Because he doesn't care about money or fame. All he cares about is righteousness. Whatever that might take him and wherever it might take him. Our Messiah's namesake, Larry Darrell, well, you know, sometimes there's angels right there in front of us and we don't even see them. And in that movie, I think Larry Darrell, he made all the right choices, and he's so good looking. And in the end, he goes out across a tramp steamer in a storm, and he's going to have adventures in America. He's just going to go find the truth. And that's why it's a good movie, all right? I'm not telling you to watch it. 1946, The Razor's Edge, Tyrone Power. Please watch it. Thank you for listening. Au revoir, Jolie Dame.